Welcome Team Running Lab to week 1, day 1. This is the beginning of your journey, the first page of the book that you get to write about how you started from where you're at now to how you got to be the best athlete you can be in 16 weeks when you toe the line at your goal, marathon or half marathon. Strength is going to be a very important part of getting you there in one piece, uninjured, healthy, and feeling good. So I want you to meet me back here every Monday so that you can get your workout in, get strong legs, get a strong upper body, and just make sure that we're filling in all the gaps that we need to fill in so that we don't get burned out just by running all the time. Without further ado, we'll get started. I want you to do 3 sets of each of our exercises that we do. We're going to do a leg circuit, we're going to do an upper body circuit, and we're going to do a core circuit. If 3 sets isn't challenging enough for you, feel free to add a 4th, add a 5th, and keep going until you feel like you've gotten the workout in that you need to get. So, all you need today is body weight, maybe a chair or a bench, and that's all you need. Right, so let's get going. We're going to start from the ground up. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get some calf raises in. We're going to strengthen those calves. That's where we get a ton of our power when we're running. So it's just some traditional calf raises. Feet just about hip width apart. You're just going to raise up on the toes, heels off the ground. Hold for a second or so. Slowly lower back down. Make sure that this movement is controlled. If you feel like you're losing your balance, feel free to hold on to the back of a chair or post yourself up against a wall. We're going to do 10 of these, so we're already 3 in. Make sure you're spreading your toes and putting your weight into your big toe. This is where we want to toe off, so this is how we want to strengthen our feet. All right, and you should feel this a little bit through the arches too, especially if you're doing this barefoot, which I do recommend if your feet are healthy enough to allow that. Let's get 2 more in here. Nice and slow back down. 1 more. Hold for 2 seconds. Nice and slow back down. All right, straight into body weight squats. We also want strong glutes, strong quads, strong hamstrings. So this full lower body exercise, one of the basics, one of the ones we're going to return to time and time again, maybe in a different form than just this simple body weight squat, but we will constantly be doing this movement. So learning the basics here. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, toes pointed straight forward or just slightly tilted out to the side. We want to get down as far as we can comfortably and drive back up, making sure we engage the glutes, bring those hips a little bit forward at the top. So we're going to do 10 of these as well. Make sure you're putting your weight back into the heels, that we're not coming too far forward on our toes or bending too far over at the waist. We've got 4 more. All right, now we're going to focus specifically on the hamstrings and the glutes. We're going to come down onto our mat, onto the floor, come onto our back, bring your heels as close to your glutes as you can, keep your knees parallel, right in line with the hips, and we're going to do 10 bridges. That means driving your heels down, bringing the hips off the floor, bringing the chest up toward the chin. Hold for a couple seconds and back down. The biggest disservice we can do ourselves while we're working out is to try to rush through these, to try to bust them out as fast as we can and sacrifice the form, sacrifice the length of time our muscles are engaged. We'll get the most benefit out of it by going nice and slow, making sure we're going through our full range of motion. 5 more. If you have any lower back issues, if this feels pinchy or anything like that, just come high enough to where you can engage those glutes. But if you have the range of motion in your hips, bring them up as high as you can. Last one here, hold for 3 seconds. And then back down. All right, we're gonna come up into a plank position. And we're gonna get just a slight bit of plyometrics in here, a little bit of bounce in our step by doing some mountain climbers. Now we're just gonna do these for 20 seconds. We don't have to count reps here. And it is up to you whether you do these slow or fast. So slow, bring them forward, tapping at the top. Just make sure you're driving those knees straight forward, not off to the side, straight forward toward the chest. Or if you want a little bit more intensity, fast, driving the knees up without those toes touching down. Now, since this is week 1, I would recommend going slow. But if you really want to challenge yourself, feel free to go fast. So I'm going to go slow for 20 seconds. Ready, set, go. And 3, 2, 1, done. All right, that's gonna do it for our leg circuit. So you can pause the video here, you can go back and do your 2 sets extra right now, or you can wait, you can do the entire workout and go all the way back to the beginning, do it all the way through again. But now we're gonna get into our upper body circuit. We're gonna start with some simple push-ups. So we're getting down into that plank position again. Hands are gonna be right in line with the shoulders. Let's not go way too out wide. We don't want our elbows flaring out or anything like that. We wanna keep it nice and tight. Come up onto the toes. If a traditional push-up is too much for you, you can come down to the knees. Or if that's too much for you, you can even just go upper body only. So those are our 3 variations. But we're gonna go for 10 push-ups. Again, nice and controlled. All these exercises, nice and controlled. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, notice how that's a little bit more challenging, going slower. You know, we could bust out 25, 30 really fast if we wanted to. Not going to be the same benefit of going nice and controlled and slow, keeping those muscles under tension. All right, second exercise for our upper body. It's going to be mostly for our back and shoulders. We're going to do our reverse snow angels. So unlike real snow angels, we're relying on our back. We're going to be lying on our stomach and chest. Arms out in front, lift the chest just a little bit off the ground. We're bringing those arms around, hands meeting at the hips, and then all the way back out. We're doing 10 of those. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to come into dolphin kick back extension. So actually I'm going to give you 2 options here. We can do traditional back extensions, which would be bringing the upper chest and shoulders off the ground, reaching those hands back toward the heels. Or what I think is more beneficial for us as runners is going to be bringing the hips or the quads off the ground, driving the heels up toward the sky, squeezing those glutes together nice and hard so we're supporting our lower back. So I'm going to do the dolphin kick back extensions. We're going to do it for 10 as well. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, excellent. This next one is where we're going to need a chair or a bench for our best version of these. So these are just going to be reverse tricep dips. So come off the edge of your chair, hold on to it with your hands here. We're just going to be lowering the body down all the way back up using the triceps, a little bit of the lower chest to push ourselves back up. If you don't have a chair, this can totally be done on the ground, just kind of doing a full bridge as well. So just make sure you're getting that bend at the elbows and pushing up using the triceps. But since we have a chair here, when you use the chair, I would suggest you do as well at home if you have one. And we're doing 10. 1, make sure we're coming all the way back up to this straight body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. The longer your legs are out in front of you, the more challenging that's going to be. If it gets too challenging, just bring the legs in. Support yourself a little bit more with the legs. All right. That is the end of our upper body circuit. Why do we do upper body when we're running a marathon with mostly our legs? It's 26.2 miles. You're going to be out there for a while. You're going to be pumping the arms. You're going to be holding your heavy head. You are going to get sore in the shoulders. You're going to get sore in the neck if you don't do your upper body workouts as well. And then next, just as crucial as anything, is going to be our core. So let's come on down. We're going to start with some dead bugs. So this is almost a perfect abdominal exercise for runners because it trains you to keep your core engaged while your legs and your arms are moving. It's going to be a bit of a coordination challenge, but with a little bit of practice, it becomes very second nature. So bring arms, legs up to the air. For this time around, let's keep our knees at 90 degrees so that when we extend the leg out, we're bringing it back by using our hip flexor and kind of mimicking that running motion a little bit more. So arms straight up. We're going opposite arm, opposite leg. So you're going to bring your right arm and your left leg out long. Make sure that core stays engaged, that back doesn't lift off the ground. And then bring it back up to center. And then we'll switch sides, left arm, right leg. We're just going to keep alternating 10 times each side. Ready? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, and 10. All right, we're going to stay right here on our backs. This time we're going to go into reverse crunches. So we're training those lower abdominals to be able to bring the knees up toward the chest. Extend the arms out to your side. Get a little bit of stabilization. Bring those legs back up to 90 degrees. And you're just rotating in so we can bring these knees close to the chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that reverse crunch can be challenging. Again, if you have low back issues, starting from the ground up to the chest here, it doesn't have to be a big movement. We can challenge those lower abs by just being right here if we need to. All right, moving into our next movement, Russian twists. So a couple options here as well. If it's tough to balance on the sits bones with the feet off the ground, feel free to let those heels rest. Russian twist is just going to be twisting side to side, arms out in front, rotating through the waist with our abdominals. We're going to go 10 times each side. If you have the ability, bring those heels off the ground so we can get a little bit more twist in the waist, in our hips, and get that swivel going. That's going to help us when we are swiveling through our hips when we're running. So ready? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Excellent. Last movement here, isometric hold. Plank, so you can go high plank, which would be top of a push-up position, or we can go elbow plank, which is going to be just a little bit more challenging. So that's where I'm going to start. We're only doing 30 seconds this time. On your third set, challenge yourself to go as long as you can. So first set's going to be 30 seconds. Last set hopefully will be 30 seconds or longer. So ready? And go. Start singing a song in your head. The 30 seconds will be over before you know it. But this is one way to slow down time if you ever need to slow down time. Just get into a plank. We're 10 seconds in. We are 20 seconds in, 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Go ahead and come on down. All right, that's it for week 1. As you can see, plenty of a workout to get a good sweat going. It is not air conditioned in here. It is hot. But get through this workout. This is our basic first workout. This one's going to be one we do revisit a lot of these exercises. And if this seems extremely challenging and I put a second workout out and you're like, haven't even gotten hold of the first one, keep doing this one. Doing this one consistently will get you very strong for your race. But we'll progress as the weeks go on, and I hope to see you back every single week so that Team Running Lab can be the strongest we can be come race day.